Hey, it's Tina Brinkley Potts, business strategist, online marketing trainer, and success coach. And I am so excited to talk about Tithing Offer number 2. And that one is actually getting a book done for you. So, I love this. And I love how we do these because the way that we approach helping you write your book is we want to amplify you, your personality, your expertise in a way that showcases who you are. Now, I know that there's a lot of other versions out there, and I'm not really going to knock their versions. But what I want to say is when you have a book, it should be a representation of who you are. It should be out, it should push out and give a chunkable way that people can understand what your mission is, your story, and your expertise. If you want to command the money in today's world, you need all three. You don't need one or the other. You need all three. And that is the problem with some books. Some books are it helps you become an author. Yes. And that's a great first step. But when you want to go further, faster, you got to start checking all the boxes. And a lot of times people aren't checking all the boxes. They're putting stuff on paper and it's really great and it's a great first start, but it doesn't check all the boxes. And all of the boxes are, what's your story? What's your personality? Why you? Why should someone want to listen to the way that you're going to express this expertise? Number 2, your expertise. Why can you tell us how to do X, Y, and Z? And what's different by the way that you're saying versus what everybody else is saying? Those are key components. And number 3, that it's done so that it is part of your strategy to further your mission. Yes, again, having that book is the first step. It definitely is the first step. But making sure that the strategy was incorporated and that there's marketing for the book. You know, a lot of times we have marketing plans that are for everything. Each and every product or service you have should have its own marketing plan if you want it to amplify and stand on its own. You know, as a controller, one of the things that we did, or one of the things that I was responsible for, is understanding everything as its own individual profit center. If it wasn't bringing a profit, why did we still want it? So there are times that even though it might not be bringing a profit, that there is a reason to have it. So I'm not going to say everything is about that initial return on investment, because it's not. But at the end of the day, you want to understand that everything you have is a profit center and how it fits in the overall strategy. See, there's a lot of times we have all of these things, but we don't know how it fits in the overall strategy, so it doesn't do what we wanted it to do. And then people get discouraged. They start going, well, man, that doesn't work. And it does work. It's just that you didn't learn to check off all of the boxes. Maybe the person you first started with didn't know to check all of these boxes. So I am really excited. When you come and you do a book with us, you work with a book coach. Not only are you getting your book out, that person is going to pull your information out in a systemized way that it sets your foundation and your expertise up in a chunkable way, that everything from that point forward can be built from that book. So for instance, if you want to go speak, your signature talk can be generated from that book. If you want to do an online training program, the online training program can be generated from that book. If you're, whatever your next step to sell or the service or whatever that you're going to next, it can be generated from that book. And most importantly, that the marketing is generated from the book, because the marketing is in the gold that is you. So why is this offer so exciting? This offer is, let's see, what's the calculation there? This offer is 30%, a little slightly under 30% of what it normally sells for. Again, just like the first one, you can actually use this one in conjunction with Tithing Offer number 1 to make a bestseller. So a best-selling book, here's a book, here's a bestseller, you can combine them together. But the biggest point is that this is really going to set your foundation so that you can go further faster. I remember I was helping someone do their book recently, and I was looking at everything that my staff had put out and everything, and I went and I helped set the strategy. And one of the things, this person had some issues in the past and was now going to use those issues as her platform. And so I made sure that there were things in that book for the audience that she was going to go after, not just one lay person who could read the book, but for big organizations who could actually now give her book to a lot of people, which some people don't think of, because most people aren't thinking of the end. You know, there's a saying, you know, you start from the end and go backwards, right? Like, if these are the people that you want to get in front of, what message is in that book for them, right? That you can even quote later, that can even go in your marketing materials later. Like, she was going after children because she didn't want teenagers, rather. She didn't want teenagers going down the same path. Then there was the whole industry, and then there were the people who were training the industry. So there was 3 different segments that she could go after, but she wasn't talking to all of them. So that we helped her craft ways where in different little places she was able to talk to all of them. And now all she has to do is use that book as her calling card. She can use that book and go, hi, I have this system. I have the system. See, when you go and you're talking in systems, it sounds like you thought it through, and now people want to listen.